Alright, we're casting a very rare one-off replay for the channel. Don't do a lot of these, and I know my philosophy about them is there's so many of them out there that I don't really need to, but this is part of my Ultra Funds tournament, so it's a little different, and also the game was just spicier than a proper Italian meatball. So let's get into it. We have Chaos versus Bretonia, Bobman on Bretonia, Blood Penguin on Chaos. For Bretonia, we have 3 Royal Hippogryph Knights, King Lewin, a Life Caster, I believe 2 Knights of the Realm, 2 Trebuchets, 4 Archers, all with pox, arrows, and then a mix of Spearmen and Peasant Mobs. On the Chaos side, we have Dogs, Chaos Knights with Lances, 2 Throwing Axe Skirmishers, more Dogs, more Chaos Knights with Lances, the Swords of Chaos, Summoners of Rage, Dragon Ogres, Archaon the Ever-Chosen, a mixture of a back line of Chaos between Great Weapons and Halberds, and Chaos Marauders. So Chaos has far superior infantry, and Bretonia has, I guess, a Sky Corps, but that's about it. Because on the ground, they don't even win the Cav game. 2 Knights of the Realm versus 3 Chaos Knights, they would lose that. Chaos Knights take a little bit of a charge on the Spearman Arms. This could be a mistake, because if they get rear charged with the Knights of the Realm, it definitely won't be worth their time. But it is looking like they're going to get away mostly scot-free. The Spearmen took a little bit of damage. Archers have been shooting at these Halberds and the Skirmish Cav, keeping them a little honest. Doing okay there. That's pretty good stuff. Now the Royal Hippogryph Knights are all going to take free charges in these Chaos Marauders, and you can see the Chaos Marauders are getting worked on. Tons of damage coming in there for very little. Dogs tried to compromise some Peasant Bowmen, but they instead got shut down by Knights of the Realm, and they are going to get routed off. Spearmen are trying to fight some Chaos Knights with Lances. Again, they overextended probably a little bit here, and they are going to get routed off, most likely. Peasants have gotten into the fray. They are now fighting brutal Chaos Lads, and that will not go great for them. This Halberd unit has taken almost half of its health in damage just from the Archers on the advance. Royal Hippogryph Knights are charging around freely. Now the Summoners of Rage get a little involved, and they get attacked by 2 different Royal Hippogryph Knights, flanking either side of them. You can see they're going to take a ton of damage until a Cascading Fire Claw comes in to bail them out a little bit, and a Burning Head kills off a lot of Peasant support. Summoners of Rage are getting pretty low on HP, but they've done about half the health of one of the Royal Hippogryph Knights back, a third of health of another, and now Archaon's getting involved. Lewin's going to jump on top of him and try to get a little bit of poke damage in, but he misses a couple attacks because Archaon is currently very stacked with standard die popped. Now the Summoners of Rage, after their initial shock damage, they are fighting back pretty brutally, taking the piss out of these Royal Hippogryph Knights, so they get terror routed. I didn't realize that Summoners of Rage don't cause terror, so yes, they do get terror routed. But 2 Royal Hippogryph Knights took about half health apiece for that. It's a pretty expensive trade. Slayer of Kings has popped on Archaon. He's going to try to trade back on the Lone Lane Core and get as effective as he can. On the far side, Chaos Infantry is easily beating up on all these Bretonian infantry assets, and Lewin's just going to decide to fly away. Doesn't want to fight the Slayer of Kings for too long, as he is in fact, king. Does not want to get slain today. Chaos Knights with Lances. I don't really know what's going on with this big pile up here, but it looks like they're fighting against a whole bunch of Knights of the Realm and stuff. Is that a Dwellers coming in, or what is that? Oh, that's Summoners of Rage, Chain Lightning. Doing a little bit of damage there to the Knights. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff there. One of the Skirmish Cav is shut down, the other one's still running around fine. The Summoners of Rage are back, and Lewin is once again fighting Archaon, though this time he's in the middle of the Swords of Chaos, and the Summoners of Rage are going to charge him, but there's a Dwellers below coming in. And Lewin's taking a crap ton of damage. Then again, that Dwellers is doing really great to everything around it here. If you watched one of Anticity's recent videos, you'll know that it has kind of a weird poison effect, kind of like Poison Wind from the Skaven, so it's damaging everything in that area pretty well. Lewin's back in the sky, and his healing is still going. Where's his caster? His caster's over here. And Chaos are falling a little bit behind on the balance of power. They do have healthy infantry left on the field, but that's about it. Other than that, they're looking pretty beat up. Lewin takes another dive onto Archaon, getting a little bit of poke damage in. He has all of his buffs popped, so he's trying to take advantage of this moment. Meanwhile, Standard Die or Cascading Fire Cloak both come down into Archaon, giving him 108 melee defense to King Lewin's only 56 melee attack. That's going to be one very, very hard man to hit. Royal Hippogryph Knights are still decently healthy considering how long they've been in the fight, and they've been bumping and grinding for quite a while. They're fighting some Chaos Knights with Lances, but now there is Skirmish Cav Fire coming in, and Throwing Axes do a lot. Summoners of Rage are getting terror routed again, And a little bit naturally broken, but they've stuck in this fight for longer than you'd think for them getting dove by 2 Royal Hippogriff Knights. Skirmish Cav charging in now, trying to lock down some things, buy Archaon a little bit of space, and Archaon's even going to turn around and try to get a couple free hits here on the Hippogriff Knights, but it looks like he just keeps like permanently charging instead of ever attacking. That could be bad. Chaos Marauders flooding in to try and support Archaon, along with Chaos Warriors with great weapons and halberds. So this could get a little bit of a pickle for the Bretonnians. Knights of the Realm here are going to stand by Lewin, but otherwise the Royal Hippogriff Knights are going to evacuate to the skies. There's still a full health unit of Chaos Warriors with great weapons over here. The Mirror Guard are pretty much full health as well. With the Knights of the Realm going, Archaon and Lewin are still fighting as they always are, but the Damsel of Life's a little trapped up back there. Maybe if Lewin leaves her completely, she will get gooned out. We'll have to see. So Archaon's still fighting Lewin. Lewin's regen is still active as his leadership has not broken yet. If it breaks once, he will lose that for the rest of the game, and he went negative for a second, but he does rally. Archaon's still fighting back against the wall here. But the Swords of Chaos, the Remnants, come in and rear charge Lewin. He dips negative so many times. There, he actually breaks. So his regen will be cut off for the rest of the game. He'll have to rely on the Life Wizard. Royal Hippogriff Knights fighting their best, but they're currently kind of surrounded up a little bit in the Swords of Chaos and Archaon, taking a lot of damage, and the ones on the other side also are going to evacuate. Now the Damsel's trying to leave as well, but she is quite caught in heavy infantry at this point. She's not going anywhere. Royal Hippogriff Knights have left. This one has literally one model left. And they are fleeing, and Archaon gets to the Damsel of Life. Can she get out of here? It's not looking likely. She's very stuck, and if Archaon even lands like one hit on her, there we go. She's going to break. The last Summoners of Rage also come in, throw a little clobber in there, doing some good damage. Now Chaos is all of a sudden ahead on the balance of power. And we do need to take an assessment of what's on the field. Various peasant infantry that nobody really cares about. That Damsel's not going anywhere. Looks like she's probably going to get killed off. Lewin and 2 of his Royal Hippogriff Knights, both of which are very injured, and we have some peasant bowmen with actually decent ammo, if all things considered. Other than that, there's some chaff that are alive on the high grounds. Any trebuchets? Trebuchet crews? Ooh. Knights of the Realm over here are going to get a rear charge on some dogs, and that'll rout them off very nicely. Well, regardless. Lewin tries to take a little cycle charge, fights Archaon for a hot minute, and his Royal Hippogriff Knights are rear charging everything, terror routing the Summoners of Rage for the 3rd time this game. Didn't know they could do that even once, much less 3 times. And Archaon has all his buffs popped, but he is getting very low, and he gets a few choice hits back onto Lewin before he gets routed. And Lewin will also rout. Both lords are routing. For Chaos, there's a full health Chaos Warrior with great weapons here. They will do an awful lot of work. And we have 1? No, we have 7 total Royal Hippogriff Knights between 2 units. Okay. Lewin's getting close to the edge of the battlefield, but he has positive leadership, so he could turn around at any time. Knights of the Realm are coming back. Hippogriffs are chasing off Archaon. And Chaos, even without Archaon, is still ahead on the balance of power. They just have 1 full health unit of great weapons left. That could be problematic. Hippogriffs are flying around, deciding they all of a sudden don't want that engagement. And what to do? Archaon has died. There's a big leadership spike coming in for Chaos from their lord just dying. You can see a lot of their units are going to rout and shatter because they've already routed too many times. That's a big loss to the Chaos Force over there. Balance of power swings right back to the middle. And this great weapon and Mirror Guard are pretty low. I'm going to fast forward just slightly as there's a lot of running around. Archers are shooting all the ammunition they have, which is actually a lot. Chaos with the great weapons are trying to get onto the Royal Hippogriff Knights, but can't, so decide to just take this fight with the Spearmen at Arms. Lewin's super low. His leadership's also quite low. He needs stand or die to even stay here. Oh, he gets close to breaking, but he doesn't quite. Hippogriffs take the charge, and with a rear charge coming in, that will break Chaos. But for an Ultra Funds game, for it to come down to the very end like that is pretty hype. It's pretty hype. Good value on the Chaos Warriors. Great value on one of the skirmishers. Chaos Knights, mixed. Summoners of Rage, really good. And Archaon, excellent. Lewin did great. Damsels 1 Dweller Below got 1,700 value, which is awesome. Archers did well. Well overall. Knights of Rome did well. The Royal Hippogriff Knights, one almost paid for itself, the others didn't, but they did a lot of work anyway. A lot of routing stuff off. And that's what I got for you. Peace!